Hello, friends and travelers. It's Tara Patrick. Welcome to Travel with Tara, my YouTube channel. Today is not a typical live. I actually just announced it last minute because I've received so many questions about traveling to Italy this summer. So, on all of my different platforms, I kind of took all of the questions that I've been getting and combine them with some of the comments that I also have on the blog. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to come on here, whether or not I have you live with me or not. And I'm just going to answer a lot of the questions that people have asked me on threads, on Twitter, on Instagram, on my blog site, on some of my paid platforms, even my Substack. I've gotten so many random different questions. So I'm like, I'm going to condense them all, answer them, and then I'm also going to give a few tips that hopefully will help you with your trip to Italy. You know, I'm always here to help you travel safe, travel comfortably, and enjoy Italy. I've called Italy home for the last 10 years. And so if I can share anything that makes traveling easier, safer, or more fun, I'm always willing to do that. So I want to give you a few tips first about how to deal with the heat. It's Thursday. We are at the end of June, fino di giugno, and it is so hot. I don't even know how hot it is. I'm honestly not checking the temperature, but it is freaking hot. And northern Italy in the Veneto region where I live is extremely humid. Now, a lot of the tourist spots like Rome and Naples, Sicily, Puglia, Positano, like Amalfi, Lago di Como, Lake Como, they are, I don't know if they're a bit drier. I experienced the intense heat down there as well, but for some reason, for me personally, like Sicily and Sardinia, the island of Sardinia felt a little bit drier. I feel like up north where I'm at, Venice, Verona, it's very, very humid. So, tip number one, and this is for you ladies, also for you gentlemen, bring sunscreen. Bring sunscreen. You are going to need it, especially if you are out and you're walking around. I see hordes of tourists, groups of tourists in my city every day. Yes, a lot of the tours start pretty early, like around 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., because of course you want to get a jump start on the day, but it's already blazing hot. It is already super hot. We have a brand here in Italy called Bionique. I don't know if you can see that. I'm not going to do that weird influencer. Oh, but it does kind of work, doesn't it? This is a fantastic brand that we have here in Italy. This is a really good spray. It's a cooling sunscreen spray. You can find it at any pharmacy here. It's inexpensive. I also use, ladies, I also use the powder, the bronzing powder that acts as an SPF 50 sunscreen. Because I'm going to tell you, when I go out for aperitivo or dinner, I see so many sunburnt people, sunburnt tourists. And I'm like, grab that sunscreen, use that sunscreen. It is so intense here. I also carry an umbrella. I know that sounds kind of dramatic, but to be honest, an umbrella really helps you with the sun. And we've had rain 2 days already this week. Like Italy rains unexpectedly a lot. And just randomly, like we were walking home the other night, actually, after aperitivo, and it started pouring rain. I'm talking a complete torrential downpour, not like that romantic Roman holiday soft sprinkle rain that Audrey Hepburn got to enjoy. It was a hard torrential downpour. And there's nothing worse them being super hot, super sticky, super wet, looking like a complete drowned rat, and then you're dripping everywhere. So carry an umbrella, sunscreen, an umbrella. Two things that are like really, really important. The third thing, this is going to apply more to the ladies, but if you are visiting a basilica, which is a church, or a duomo, if you cannot enter with your shoulders exposed. I've had people fight me on this. You can go ahead and try. They're not going to let you in. Yes, you can wear shorts. Um, Men, I don't advise you wearing tank tops. Put on a shirt. You're going into a church, so carrying a scarf. Of course, my scarf is Hello Kitty, is fantastic for a lot of reasons. But when you go into the Duomo or the Basilica, all you have to do, and being kind of janky about it, is just drape it over your shoulders. It's elegant. It's also very nice at dinner time when it's windy and super hot. It actually, you can also make a cute bandana, like headscarf with it, but you have to cover your shoulders if you are entering a church, if you are entering a basilica. And men, you have to wear a shirt. So no bare shoulders. It's not like the Thai temples where you can't have like bare knees. You can go in shorts, but just make sure that you have a t-shirt and that your shoulders are covered. The other thing that trips people out that I've had people fight me over, and I've heard fights actually happen over this too, which is so funny to me, is that in Italy, when you go to a restaurant, they will ask you what kind of water you want. So when you sit down at your table, they'll say, "Vuoi acqua? Do you want aqua? Do you want water?" If they're speaking English, acqua naturale is still water, basically natural water, and acqua frizzante or gassata is with bubbles. So like a Pellegrino or Perrier. It's not free. You can expect to pay between like €4 to, I'd even go up as high as 8, €9 if you're in a elegant or like Michelin or fine dining establishment, but definitely budget in an extra 5 to €10 for bread and water. Water's not free. The only water that is free actually is around the piazzas, around the city center squares. You can find fountains that do have fresh, clean drinking water. I actually brought this up to my husband the other day, and he looked at me like I was a Martian because he was like, "There's no way I would drink out of those fountains." I think my daughter and I did when we first moved to Italy years ago, and we're still standing and we're fine. And I remember it being very fresh and very cold and very clean. And I have here, this is the last thing that I'm going to tell you, that you definitely need to carry your own water bottle. You guys, it's seriously freaking hot. Don't go without water. Bring a water bottle that you can refill. Even if you go to our local supermarkets like Pam and Eurospar, Aldi, where you buy a bottle of cold water, carry around, a water bottle that you can refill. That's the other tip I was going to give. I hear these random, "There's no protein. Why is it so hard to find food in Italy? Why is the food so expensive? Why can I not find anything?" And I get it. It's definitely, there's something called pomeriggio, which is when Italy tends to close between, it can be anywhere from noon, like 12 noon to 2. It's mostly common from 1 p.m. to 3:30. A lot of things are going to be closed for pomeriggio, which is when people close their shops and their businesses. They go home and they eat something and they take a little nap and then they have a coffee and then they go back to work. So, yes, that is a strange hour. I know a lot of people come back from sightseeing, they come back from the beach, they come back from doing whatever activity they were doing all day, and they're like, "I can't get any food. I'm starving. I'm cranky." And I totally get it. That's why I recommend, if you also want to save money, or if you're by yourself and you don't want to go out to eat by yourself, or if you're just in a group and you have an Airbnb or an apartment, go to the supermarket. It's Italian. Go to the supermarket. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. I'm looking at the comments simultaneously because I wanted to make sure I didn't forget. And I did give you some useful tips. So go to the supermarket. Pam is a great supermarket. PAM, Pam. A Eurospar is a big supermarket, a big chain. These are chain supermarkets we have here. Aldi, ALDI, fantastic supermarket. They're all over. Go into the supermarket, get yourself a nice baguette with some cheese, salami, whatever at the grocery store, salad. You can buy hard boiled eggs. I mean, get yourself food. You can feed yourself at the supermarket, especially if you're on a budget. Fill your fridge or carry some snacks around with you during the day. It certainly beats going to an overpriced, you know, touristy spot, outside some of the attractions where they're going to charge you like €8 for a bottle of water and €20 or €10 for a really dry processed sandwich. And you can just go to the supermarket. That's what I did. I used to go get vegetables and then I would always get pesto because I love pesto. And there you go. I'm like, I can just sit in the piazza, or I'd find a park or a bench and I would just eat pesto and vegetables. I was super, super happy. Yeah, right? Come on over. I do love to cook, and my Italian cooking has gotten really, really good. So, I hope some of that was helpful. If you wanna know the names of the sunscreens, also, the pharmacies in Italy are stocked with excellent products, wonderful products. Obviously, if you have medication when you're traveling, it is best to have that filled before you come to Italy, but there are a lot of fantastic over-the-counter products that you don't need a prescription for, pain medication, um, all of that stuff. So don't be afraid to go to the pharmacy, and don't be afraid to go to a parapharmacy. I was actually asked about this on my blog site. What is a parapharmacy? A parapharmacy is a pharmacy that has natural products. So, not necessarily like drugs, and it's not a place where you can get prescriptions filled. It's a place where you'll find like oregano oil, eucalyptus oil, you'll find essential oils, you'll find creams, you'll find herbal products, you'll find more natural products. Something that I purchased when I first arrived here to Italy at a parapharmacy that was very helpful. Actually, it's something that I carry everywhere. Uh, Traveled to 120 countries here. Charcoal pills. Charcoal pills are fantastic for when you have an upset stomach. They're a great natural remedy for when you have an upset stomach. They can also be preventative, for acid reflux or acid, or just to kind of keep your stomach. It pulls toxins out of your body. Charcoal binds to toxins in your body. So I actually was like, I don't have charcoal pills. Where am I going to get charcoal pills? And they have them at a parapharmacy. So in Italy, if you come across one, go in there because they also have really beautiful, unique to Italy creams and shampoos and perfumes, things that make really, really great gifts. So you could take something nice and unique to your loved ones. Haha, yes, I've been to Canada and I absolutely loved it. So that's it. I will put this I'll put this on the timeline. And thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any other questions, please put them down below. And as always, you can check out the blog, travelwithtara.com, for itineraries. And if you want to book a consultation because I am a travel advisor, I'd be more than happy to help you plan your trip to Italy or wherever else you're thinking of going. Mwah! Have a fantastic Thursday, and thank you for joining me.